The Reap What You Sow update for Don't Starve Together is out now, everyone. And with it comes a farming overhaul, character changes, a whole mess of new mechanics to learn, and oh yeah, a fantastic update trailer featuring darn near the entire cast of the entire game. It is a wonderful gathering of survivors doing some appropriate tasks, so you best go give it a watch yourself. However, you should also go about giving the written up update page a reading too when you get the chance, as this newest release, folks, is far more than some farming tweaks. That said, since I already see lots of people asking me about it, chances are we won't actually be going over said tweaks because, well, we kinda already have. Thoroughly, I would say. We've covered the initial update, detailed the best crop combinations, went over how Reap What You Sow essentially reworked Wickerbottom out of nowhere, fought the Lord of the Fruit Flies, and plenty more. So with all that said and done, considering just the little changes that have come from the beta to today's release, what is there left to discuss then? Oh my friends, plenty, and I think you're gonna like it. 'Cause I know I bloody do, and I don't even often play Wormwood even. But yes, everyone, although the Reap What You Sow update has still kinda sorta done broke our Plant Boy's wild crops ability, the update's full release here sees a set of changes to him that will very likely make up for that for the time being. Wormwood's new self-fertilization ability, Wormwood's blooming tweaks, and even a change to how water falling from the sky will impact his mind. Let's discuss. And it's all going to revolve around fertilizers, everyone. Even the super duper new ones. Then again, the update kinda changed up how fertilization works anyways, so technically, every fertilizer in the game has a new purpose now, but that's a whole thing. So for our purpose today, for Wormwood players out there, said fertilizers are just gonna break down into their already separated categories: manure, compost, and formula fertilization. And although not needed per se, either one of the two new Gardeneer hats will be very helpful in researching all 14 fertilizers and thus knowing which category they will fall under. That, and just how effective they will be along the way. But don't fret, however. I will break it down for you regardless. Manure fertilizers are manure, buckets of poop, and guano. Compost fertilizers are compost, rotten eggs, and rot. And formula fertilizers are the 4 growth formulas themselves and the 2 types of spoiled fish. We will worry about compost wrap and Glomer Goop later, as technically they're all 3. But quick note here. As formula starter rots, it becomes different formula fertilizers, so be sure to stay on top of researching it every few minutes as it continues to spoil. But here's how things are gonna go now, folks. Fertilizers under the manure category, such as manure, bucket of poop, and guano, can now be used as wormwood to instantly heal a very small amount of health. And we're only talking like 2 to 3 points here specifically, folks, so don't go crazy quite yet. Guano and bucket of poop, though, seem to be the better options at +3 health restored, with simple manure healing for but 2 health a slather. However, all of it could come in handy down the line. Compost fertilizers, like compost itself, rotten eggs, and even rot, are a much more interesting category though, everyone. Instead of insta-healing, they allow for healing over time when used. And similar to manure fertilizers, some compost ones are obviously better than others, as their effects will last longer. However, again, I wouldn't expect much here. Rot heals for +2 health for only 2 ticks, which means but 4 health restored. Rotten eggs heal for 3 ticks at +2 health each, which equates to 6 health restored. And even compost itself heals for 4 ticks at 2 health a pop for but 8 health altogether. Still though, It's kind of neat that we're getting more healing over time things in this game. But the last category, the formula fertilizers, is where the fun begins, folks. For you see, there won't be any healing of any kind, but rather a way to force Wormwood to bloom outside of spring. Absolutely fantastic. Now, it is said that further use of any formula will make Wormwood reach his next stage of bloom faster, as well as make his final stage of blooming last longer the more you use these formulas during that time, which is all just pretty incredible actually. A blooming Wormwood is gonna come in handy, more now than ever. But hold up, Beard. Before you get to that, what about Glomer Goop and Compost Wrap? Ah, yes, these two get the special treatment, since they count and fall under all three categories, Manure, Compost, and Formula. Using them will both force Wormwood to bloom, as well as heal, both instantly and over time. Well, in the case of the Compost Wrap, that is. Glomer Goop is going to heal at +2 health for 3 ticks for 3 health total, as well as bloom ya, whereas the Compost Wrap, on the other hand, will first heal for +8 health instantly, and then heal for +2 health for 16 ticks, for a total of an additional 32 health. That is great stuff. And yes, it just keeps getting better. Blooming Wormwood now also tends to nearby crops instantly, simply by being near them, everyone. Yup, that's it, but it's incredibly useful actually. Clay has also reduced the hunger drain of Wormwood while in his various blooming stages, and have done so very effectively, I might add. In fact, they may have essentially removed it on accident. For you see, the top hunger stat drain is me in full bloom. Stage 3, you know, the one with the would-be highest drain, of course. But the bottom one is just plain old Wormwood outside of blooming. So you see a difference? Yeah, me neither. They are practically the bloody same. So I'm not too sure if that was intentional, but we'll see. However, the last new benefit to blooming now is an ever so slight, but also may not actually be ever so slight, overheating protection gain while in bloom. In short, even without summer gear on, Wormwood will take longer to heat up than most other characters in the game while in bloom. Not bad at all. Seriously. Fertilizers have now become a hot commodity. However, the last change to discuss here today is not going to involve fertilizers, and it's also one that impacts our Merm Girl wort as well. The relationship of wetness to our sanities. For you see, both Wormwood and wort now no longer lose sanity when wet, which is something we've been discussing for bloody ages at this rate, and it is very nice to finally see it in the game. That said, wearing wet clothes will still drain them, so you best be mindful there. But there you have everyone, just a very sudden mini Wormwood rework of sorts dropped in the bloody middle of the week. No big deal, right? But plenty still to come, folks, in relation to the update as a whole, as again, it's not just reap what you sow, as more Winter's Feast content has come right out of nowhere as well. So I'll be seeing you very soon. Thanks for watching, folks. Well wishes to all. Enjoy the plant life, and I'll see ya in the next one. Bye-bye.